Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome back to Jays Nation News, your daily space for everything about our Blue Army. Today, we have a single but massive update, the kind that can genuinely reshape the immediate future of the Toronto Blue Jays. The front office's latest moves are completely shaking up the pitching landscape, bringing new pieces, new combinations, and even new dilemmas. So if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, because every day we bring fresh analysis about our Jays. Now, let's dive straight into our major update of the day. Historic rotation depth and the Jose Berrios dilemma. The early signings of Dylan Cease and KBO MVP Cody Ponce have placed Toronto in a rare situation, a true surplus of starting pitchers, and not just a pile of names, but a genuinely qualified group. The projected rotation was already strong before these additions, featuring Trey Yesovich, Kevin Gausman, Shane Bieber, and Jose Berrios, with Cease stepping in immediately as one of the top arms and Ponce arriving with guaranteed starter status based on his contract. That depth becomes even more striking. On top of that, Eric Lauer and Yariel Rodríguez remain extremely solid hybrid options, capable of working either in the rotation or the bullpen, giving Toronto flexibility for emergencies or tactical adjustments throughout the season. And it doesn't stop there. In the upper minors, Bowden Francis and Ricky Tiedemann continue to be important pieces in this puzzle. Francis has already shown flashes of being a competent starter, and Tiedemann, after recovering from Tommy John surgery, represents a high-ceiling option who will inevitably push for a roster spot. With so many possible paths and so many names with legitimate arguments to be among the 5 chosen, Ponce's 3-year, $30 million deal virtually locks him into the rotation. This pushes Toronto toward a scenario where, unless the team opts for a 6-man rotation, which is unlikely, or unless a natural spring injury opens space, there will simply be more starters than available spots. And that's exactly where the most complex piece enters the picture: Jose Berrios. The front office has made it clear that they're willing to listen to offers for him, something that would have sounded absurd not long ago, considering his historical importance. This reveals not only the current depth, but also the level of confidence the organization has in its newest additions. Berrios is not just durable. He is practically the league's definition of durability. Since 2018, no pitcher has started more games or accumulated more innings. He has always been available, always taken the ball, always delivered volume. That Iron Man ability made him an anchor in the rotation for nearly a decade. However, his contract adds complexity. $24 million guaranteed in 2027 and 2028, with potential increases based on innings pitched, which could push the value up by another $2 or $3 million. For teams interested, taking on that commitment is not simple. Even though there is still a chance that Berrios rediscovers some of his lost strikeout ability and regains better walk control, not many teams are prepared to absorb his entire contract without receiving some form of incentive. That means Toronto, if truly intent on moving him, would likely have to include money in the deal or take back another heavy contract. One of those payroll balancing moves that happen when 2 clubs try to solve different problems at the same time. It's a complicated process with no guaranteed ideal return. But here's the core of the story. Even when it looks like there's a surplus, history shows that you can never have too many starters. Injuries can turn abundance into a crisis in a matter of weeks, especially early in the season when arms are still settling in and workloads aren't fully stabilized. This is why, despite exploring the market, the front office is not desperate to move Berríos. He remains a steady pillar, a reliable veteran, the presence that provides stability amid the natural risks that come with the arrivals of Ponce and Cease, as well as the return of young arms like Tiedemann. In the end, Toronto faces a fascinating puzzle, and honestly, a good problem to have. If a trade happens, it will only happen if it makes structural sense and improves the roster as a whole. Otherwise, keeping this depth could become one of the team's biggest strengths on the long road to October, when every healthy arm matters and when teams within rotations end up paying a heavy price. That's all for today. Jays Nation, I want to hear from you. Should Toronto really explore a trade for Berríos, or should this depth be preserved at all costs? Do you believe Ponce and Cease can sustain the rotation? And how would you build your ideal opening day starting five? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them. If you enjoyed this unique, in-depth update, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss breaking news. Thank you for tuning in to another video from Jays Nation News. Go Jays Go!